Hey everybody, welcome to Ask Dr. Testosterone, starring Dr. George Tsoulianos and brought to you by his books. I've heard in the past about bodybuilders using Viagra and Cialis, not for sex, but to get a better pump in the gym, which makes sense because it is a vasodilator and it increases blood flow dramatically. And honestly, I've tried it a couple times now, a low dose, not the full dose you would use for sex, and I do get much, much better pumps. So it's basically like, taking a pump product, but much more powerful than that.
Yes, absolutely. They take it pre-contest. I mean, not pre-contest, before stage, and some of them may have an erection. It's funny, yeah. Even though the blood goes to the muscles, and they use it, of course, for nitric oxide synthesis, these drugs, and they lower the blood pressure. But the side effect is headache out of vasodilation and drop in blood pressure. But this can compensate the increase.
Yeah.
So you can take the lowest dose of Viagra, which is 25 milligram,
Yeah.
Or Cialis, which is 5 milligrams, I think so. And actually, we know that drugs work much better than supplements,
Of course. Yeah. Well, the issue with, all these pre-workouts, they have a ton of caffeine in them and they get you all. But
this is tricky, because caffeine vasoconstricts the peripheral vessels. So it's, from the other hand, they are stimulants. From the other hand, it's not a good idea for vasodilation and pose,
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy because those are the two main things that they put in most pre-workouts is a stimulant and then some nitric oxide, things.
So the best thing for a pump is niacin, yohimbine, red wine extract,
Yeah.
Arginine and citrulline, that they're not stimulants. Only yohimbine. Viagra is really acute and sharp, within half an hour. But you need an empty stomach or sublingual. I ate peanut butter before, so it was purely absorbed, and it didn't work. So you need to take it sublingually with an empty stomach, and then you have a.
Yeah, but then you're going to be hungry.
I want to talk about Viagra and its use within bodybuilding as a pre-workout drug. Is it worth? And it opens up the blood vessels. So obviously within bodybuilding, whenever you're training, you want to get as much blood flow into the muscles as what you can. I would even go as far as to say it gave me pumps that felt as hardcore as Anadrol, in which Viagra does act in the body is by raising nitric oxide content within the blood, which obviously increases blood flow. I remember the first time I ever took Viagra for pre-workout. It's going back a number of years. I took 25 milligrams, I believe it was, and it usually took effect after about 1 or 2 hours for me personally. And I always remember the pumps being from the Viagra to be very, very intense. I couldn't even get in the changing room after working out, and you're heading back to get a shower, and I remember not even being able to get my shirt off. I was just so fucking pumped. Unbelievable pumps that you do get from Viagra. Now, of course, everybody knows that supplement companies do sell nitric oxide products that are probably very, very, very weak. There are some downsides to using Viagra, one of which actually stopped me from using Viagra for pre-workout was simply the headaches, maybe about 4 hours after training. The crippling headache was absolutely horrible. Another side effect of it is it does lower your blood pressure. No, you will not have a boner in the gym. You will not be walking around here poking people's eyes out. It simply opens up the blood vessels, allowing for your blood to flow more freely around the body. So you will definitely not be poking out any girl's eyes in the gym. Go have some fucking awesome workouts. That's just how it is.